Right.
お願いします。
お願いします。Standing up. Yep. Head up and down. And side to side. Your shoulders. Circles one way. And the other way. Arms going forward. Arms going back. Front. Feet open. Shut. Out. Yeah. Hey, nice and lucky. Hey, hand tight. Yo. Benji. Yo. Oh. Ki. Ko. Ki. Ko. San ki. Ko. Hands up. And forward. Down. Oh. Knees. Open back. Circles one way. Oh. Circles the other way. Sideways. Down. Up. And toes. Up. Up. Down. And up. And your hips. Watch. You and your knees. Up. Hip. Go. Side. Hitch. Hip. Down. Hip. Go. And your legs. Hitch. Hip. And hip. Go. And in your legs. Hip. And hip. Go. And stand up, arabesque. Down, opening, and into Cossack. Okay, so go. So 1, half, 2, 4, 3, 4, 5. Change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your legs, lowering. And knees forward, knees back, knees forward, knees back, knees forward, knees back, and hip up, and spine up, and circles. And the other side. Open your legs, and nose down. Hey, move forward. And hips back. Going forward again. Hips back. One more time, forward. Hips up. Hips down. Hips up. Hips down. Hips up. Hips down. Hips up one more time. Now for downward dog, raising one leg, putting it down, raising the other leg, down, one leg, down, the other leg, down, knees down and back. One more, coming forward, hips up, Push into your hips into plank position. One leg goes forward, hips down, engage your glutes, and your inside hand goes up and down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Change side. Opposite leg. Hips down, glutes engage. Hips up, down, up, down, up, down. One more, up, down. And back. And sitting. Feet and direction. And the other side. One side. The other side. One side. And the other side. Side to side. So, caralado. Up. Up. Hey, the other side. Oh, sides. Hey, outside. And on top. Eight. Oh, circles. And keep. Go. Keep. Go. One more. Keep. Go. Hey, okay, so this week we'll be working a lot in the dojo on the Sutemi Waza techniques that Sensei demonstrated and taught while he was here in Melbourne a month ago already. It's amazing how quickly the time passes. So so this week we'll be focusing a lot on the Sutemi Waza, on the Tomoe Nage and the Jokogake. But we started kind of a little quick pedaling back. Obviously, Sutemi Waza, in a way, is an extension of basic Ukemi Waza. So it's very important to understand your Ukemi very well first, have a good foundation on your basic Ukemi, and then from there, add the elements that become a bit particular of the Sutemi Waza techniques. But again, that are like, I would say, 80% based on good understanding of Ukemi Waza. So the first, apart from our basic Ukemi, one important thing that we need to remember is that there is several configurations that our body needs to be comfortable with regards to our leg position. So there are 4 basic leg positions that you can play with, which is both legs tuck, both legs posted, both legs extended, and then both legs inside. Okay, so one more time, both legs tuck. Okay, both legs post, both legs extend, and both legs in. Okay, so it's important for the body to be aware, for the legs to be aware of those 4 positions clearly, because then in specific configurations, they become useful in your basic Ukemi practice. For example, if we do Ushiro Ukemi, and we end up in our basic position, which is tuck and post. So one leg is tuck, the other leg is posted. Okay, so Ushirokemi, tuck and post. Ushirokemi, tuck, post. Ushirokemi, tuck, post, tuck, post, tuck, post, tuck, post. Okay, so that's our basic way of practicing. Now, the Sutemi Waza requires another configuration as well, which is posting and extending. So, Ushirokemi, post, extend, Ushirokemi, post, extend, Ushirokemi, post, extend, Ushirokemi, post, extend. Kemi, post, extend, post, extend, post, extend, post, extend. Okay? So it's important that the body kind of transition between these, at least these two configurations with relative ease, depending on the function of the technique that we are doing. So let's try to do two of each. So okay, tuck and post, tuck and post and extend, post and extend. Okay, so for series or a series of techniques, two of each. Okay, so okay, tuck, post, extend, post, extend, post, tuck, post, extend, post, extend, post, tuck, post, extend, post, extend, post, tuck, post, extend, post, extend, post. Okay, right. So for the moment, let's just stay out of those two. With those two, there's another two basic configurations that we use for ukemi, but let's just stay on this one so we can move forward with regards to the Sutemi Waza. Okay. So the next the next exercise, of course, is with Yoko Ushiro Ukemi. Okay, in Yoko Ushiro Ukemi, I need the same process: tuck and post, Yoko Ushiro Ukemi, tuck and post. So that's our most basic kind of position moving from one side to the other. Okay, Ushirokemi, Yoko Ushirokemi, sorry, sideways roll, tuck and post, tuck, post, tuck, post, tuck, post, tuck, post, tuck, post, post, tuck, post, tuck, post. Okay, so that's the basic way, because then you get up out of that ukemi. Okay, but what we're going to do now is a very basic exercise, which I've done many times. Okay, which basically moves Yoko ukemi, but talking, posting and extending. You collect your leg, you raise, you post and extend. You collect your leg, you raise, you post and extend. So you end up with, you are moving still side to side. Okay, but this time the configuration is one leg posted, one leg extended. Okay, so collect, raise, and extend. Collect, raise, and extend. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, okay. So, in a sense, if you wanted to do your Yoko Ukemi, you're sitting here and you can do Yoko Ukemi, tuck and post, Yoko Ukemi, tuck and post, Yoko Ukemi, post and extend, Yoko Ukemi, post and extend. Then up again. Okay. So let's do now sets of two, and you're alternating between those two configurations: tuck and post and extend. Okay. So 1, tuck post, 2, tuck post, 3, post extend, 4, post extend, and get up. Tuck post, Drop post, post extend, and up. Drop post, post, extend, and gap. Drop post, post, extend, and gap. Right? So that's the basic set of configurations that is important for our body and our legs to be really familiar with, because obviously from then on, a series of implications come in terms of our capacity to do our next part of technique. So remembering that always you can start your exercises from sitting position, then from kneeling position, then from standing position. Okay. So for example, the Sutemi Waza called Tomoe-nage is very much related to another Sutemi Waza that Mano Sensei did in the seminar, which is just Ushiro Ukemi. Okay, so in Ushiro Ukemi, okay, if we start from our sitting position, my uke is here in right hand Minokamai. Okay, she puts her hands on my shoulders. Okay, she pushes on my shoulders. And then I'm going to just take Ukemi, and she's coming and taking a front roll. So that is just basically the way that kind of we can. We're on this position, she touches my shoulders, she pushes, okay. And then you take Ushiro Ukemi and come on. Okay, so thank you. So let's just visualize that. You are here in sitting position, your basic configuration. Partner pushes through your shoulders, and you send your partner back on the other side. Then you come here, just stay on the same side. Your partner pushes, you receive your partner's energy, and you come up. It's a little bit more extended, the leg extends a little bit more. And what I also mentioned during the class was that one thing that every child learns from the very first day they come into the dojo is that rule number one of Ukemi is that your head never touches the ground. Okay, so when we do Shirokemi, we kind of familiar with that. That's okay. But sometimes when we are projecting a person, because our eyes get fixated on the person, we keep looking at the person, we keep looking at the person, and our eyes follow, our head moves, and then sometimes our head touches the ground. So make sure that never happens. Make sure that your head never touches the ground, okay? Yeah, don't look at the person, otherwise your head will move accordingly. Just keep your eyes forward and just project them backwards, okay? So you are from sitting position, your partner pushes, pushing your kemi, and to the other side. You're in sitting position, your partner pushes, pushing your kemi, send them. Sitting position, your partner pushes, pushing your kemi, back. Sitting position, change, partner pushes, okay, and change, sitting position, partner pushes, back, we change, sitting position, partner pushes, back, okay? So that's for your sitting position, Ushiro Kemi exercise. For your Yogo Kemi exercise, it's basically the same idea. Your partner pushes, you move in Yogo Kemi, and then you project them on that direction. So if you're not focused here, no, sitting down, choose sitting down, just facing here, facing me, okay, tucking your leg, okay, good. I'm going to come in this position. She's going to do her Yogo Kemi that side. I'm going to move in, and I'm going to finish. Okay, this side, change to the side, sitting down, starting position. Okay, here, you're going to open that leg, open, and move. Right. Okay, so in this way, thank you. You end up, you start with your basic sitting position. Okay, your partner pushes, you're going to move into Yogo Kemi and let them pass. Change on the other side. Okay, sitting here, your partner pushes, move to the other side. Okay, so let's do those ones, please. For Yoko Ushiro Ukemi. So the one before was Ushiro Ukemi, Sutemi Waza, and this one is Yoko Ushiro Ukemi, Sutemi Waza. Okay, so pushing sideways and inside, he pushes, I move with them, sideways, side, my partner pushes, I move with them, sideways, sit, my partner pushes, I move with them, sideways, a couple more, here, pushes, partner moves, side, side, pushes, partner moves, sides. Okay? But the important thing is that you end up in that configuration. In this case, you end up with post and extend. All right. So now we did that from sitting. Now the same thing is going to happen from kneeling. Okay, let's go back to the Shirukemi. I am in my kneeling position. My partner pushes. I receive my partner and project up to the side. In my kneeling position, my partner pushes. I receive my partner and project. In kneeling position, partner pushes down, project up. Here, partner pushes and project. Okay, so Irena is on here with her knee. Okay. Yeah. Here. Okay. So in this position, my partner, I push and I go. That's around here. The kneeling position. Okay. From here, I push and okay. So this is a couple more of that. Kneeling position. Okay. Your partner pushes, they come down and project to the side, kneeling position. Partner pushes, go back. Here, sitting, kneeling position, pushes back, more, here, partner pushes, down, go back. All right, so now from kneeling position, Yoko, Ushiro, Kemi. Same thing, you're in this position, your partner pushes, you open, and you end up posting and extending. Jumping the other side, kneeling position, your partner pushes, you open into Yoko, Ushiro, Kemi, and the side, partner pushes, you receive, and open into that position. One more, the partner pushes, here, moves, and moves. Okay? But Elena, please. Stop. You can keep practicing at home. Okay? Up here, you push, it opens, move in, push, it opens, move in. Very important that you open your leg with your Yokoshiro stuff, the Yokoshiro chemist.
Just ask it that way or that way. Because you have to go over it.
Yeah, here.
So all the way.
No, all the way, no.
There.
So it's not here.
Yeah.
It's not there.
Yeah.
So we can
Okay.
we get harmony of the movement. Okay. So here. Move this. Move. Here. Push. Okay, so now this time, this is from Yoko Shirokemi. Now going back again to Shirokemi, this time I'm standing up. Yeah, I'm standing up, my partner pushes, I receive, goes back. Okay, so basically Shirokemi from standing up. Here, my partner pushes, goes down. Okay, so just from standing up, just literally look like a Bushido. All of these looks like a basic Shirokemi. Okay, my partner pushes, I receive, go back, edge. Here, my partner pushes, I receive, go back, edge. Here, partner pushes, I receive, go back, edge. Here, partner pushes, receive, go back. Okay. So, that is Yoko Shiro. Okay. So now for same thing, but from sorry, that was Ushiro Kemi. Now for Yoko Ushiro Kemi, your partner pushes, you come down, and you propel, finishing with your leg extended. Okay, to the other side. Okay, here, partner pushes, you sit, and extend. Change. On the side, Partner pushes, receive, stand, change. Partner pushes, receive, stand, change. Partner pushes, receive, stand, change. Partner pushes, receive, stand. Okay, so that little sequence from sitting, kneeling, and then standing is the sequence to visualize Sutemi Waza, but in its most basic form, which is the form of just using an Ushiro Ukemi or a Yoko Ushiro Ukemi in order to receive your partner's energy and then propel them into that direction. Remember, in a Sutemi Waza, usually the person, the nage, because it's a sacrifice move, they has a few features that make it more sacrificial than others. One of them is obviously the person is receiving, so usually they end up somewhere on their back, if it's at least temporarily, in order to proceed. Sometimes the movement continues and then people continues going forward, but usually the person finishes somehow a little bit on their back for a period of time. And then the most important thing apart from that is that if you're practicing Ushiro Kemi, for example, because you are talking, and then doing Ukemi, there is a moment where you can come back, basically. So there is a moment where you go down into the Ushiro Kemi, where you could potentially propel yourself up again. You kind of revert the motion, okay? So you're going, oh yeah, Ushiro Kemi, oh, but no, I kind of talked about twice, so I get off. So you can rewind. But in a Tomoe Nage, you do not stop your leg, you basically just lower on one leg, okay? You lower on one leg. This leg is going to be placed in your partner's body. This leg basically pistol squats his way down into position. So, something like this here, down, and then you project. Now, that means that you are going down on one leg, and it's a little bit as a pistol squat, and there's a couple of exercises for that I will do in a minute, with the difference that even if you are capable, not everybody is capable of doing a pistol squat. That's going all the way down and all the way up, pistol squatting. But even the people who are capable of doing that, it's very different to do a pistol squat without any weight versus me doing a pistol squat while I have another body. Put your hands like this. Okay. Meanwhile, I have another body, okay, pushing towards me. As soon as the body starts pushing towards me, now there are two directions of problem, right? My pistol squat is here. Maybe I'm too good at doing that. But as soon as this pushes this way, then now I have that direction. So it's not as easy, but it's somehow based on pistol squatting. So the good thing is that we have a full strength and conditioning program in the dojo, which I mentioned already for the last 2 weeks in this class. There is a moment where you will be asked to perform some pistol squats in the program. There are several ways to do that. Because of pistol squats or single leg squats, depending how you want to call them. One simple way is if you anchor properly something and you use a set of ropes like TRX, and then you help yourself up and yourself stay down. If not, you would possibly be asked to do it on a chair or something. For example, this chair is quite low, so even I wouldn't be able to do a pistol squat all the way down there and all the way up. I can do it, but I really struggle. So remember that if you struggle with a pistol squat or with any exercise, for that matter, really, what makes it difficult is when you pass from going down phase of the movement, which sometimes is called the eccentric phase, to the going up of the phase of the movement, which is the concentric phase. So even a push-up, all exercises have those two movements. So you have a push-up, that's your eccentric phase, that's your concentric phase. So depending how you're practicing, sometimes people practice only the eccentric, and then they rest, they get themselves up again, and then again, or they just practice the concentric, and then they rest, and then again, and then they practice up again. So same thing with a pistol squat, okay? If you have your chair, okay, you may want to start by doing the eccentric phase, and then resting a little bit, or using your other foot, getting up, and then doing the eccentric phase, right? Getting your foot and going up. Or you may want to do it doing the concentric phase, getting up, putting your foot down, sitting down, here, up, putting your foot down, sitting down. So in that case, you're only doing one phase at a time. Can you do both phases? Thumbs up, you're great. But if you are struggling with it, only do eccentric or only do concentric. But now, in the case of the Sutemi Waza, it's good to practice the eccentric phase because that's virtually what's going to happen with the Sutemi Waza. Okay, so here, what's going to happen with Sutemi Waza is one leg is going to go, your partner's is part of your partner's leg to the thigh area. You know, you're going to grab, sit, and project. Okay, so here, back leg goes up. That's even a good exercise to begin with. So first of all, just stand in hand me, okay, and see if you can raise your leg roughly to the level of your own hip area, with your feet slightly pointing out. Okay, so it's not a kick. Okay, it's not a straight kick. You're raising and placing that foot on the side. You raise, place that foot on the side. Raise, place that foot on the side. When we're doing it in the dojo, okay, with my partner, it looked like this. It was here. I would just go 1, 2, 3, 4. Not on the leg, but on the side. To the side. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now then does it. Like 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So if you are by yourself, maybe try to find yourself a wall. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And can you raise your leg to more or less the same level as your thighs? So you can just practice with someone more or less the same height. And you raise your leg comfortably into that position. 3 and 4. Okay. So the features that make Tomoe Nage different from Ushiro Ukemi, one of them is, of course, that you are using your leg as a leverage point on your partner. In Ushiro Ukemi, you are guiding with your leg, okay? But you are not using necessarily your leg. You are just simply guiding. But in Tomoe Nage, you use your leg. You use your leg as a leverage in your partner's body. That's number one. Number two is that you have, in Ushiro Ukemi, you top your leg, which means you can come up. But in Tomoe Nage, you basically pistol squat your way down, and probably there is no return from the pistol squat position. Okay, so you're going to the sacrifice section as much as possible. So how do you practice that? If you have a partner, okay, if you have a partner, you know, it's good when you grab a partner, one leg goes up, just hold it, come down. My practice by sitting down on one leg. A partner, here, go down, and I practice me lowering my one. If you have a partner, if you do not have a partner, then that's when you can basically grab your chair or your stool and just practice your, you know, here, lower yourself, sit, get up. Here, lower yourself, up, get up. Okay, practice your eccentric section of the pistol squat. If you are okay with that, and if you are cool and with that motion, your knees in a good health, your ankles are in a good health, you feel that it's all good, then if you have mats as well or a softer area, then you can practice the Tomoe Nage by yourself in solo. Here, raise, pistol, and project. To the side, here, raise, pistol, and project. Okay? So you can grab something to hold and do your pistol squat and get up. You can do it on your stool, on your chair, mostly focusing on the eccentric, on the lower inside of the face, or you can just practice the technique by yourself. Okay, as long as again your knee is in a good health, and you're comfortable doing that. So just practice for a few minutes in any of those three capacities. Holding something, eccentrically lowering yourself to a chair, or doing it by yourselves. Okay, please go. Practice your practice your lower. Doesn't matter if you change which side you do. Sometimes I phrase the outside leg, sometimes the inside leg. Will you do the eccentric? The eccentric rocket? Will you practice in the eccentric first? That's sometimes. Oh, sure. Hey, okay. So, anyway, so that's exercises for Tomoe Nage. You have to, that's just the basic structure of it. Eventually, it's very important to also be inside of your partner as much as possible. Again, entering into the internal triangle as much as possible, where then you hold, you place, and then you can continue with your guys. If you come to dojo to train, just we also were there was a lot of confusion of which side the uke should roll when they receive this technique. Just imagine, just remember this: one leg is up, controlling the hip of your partner. So you basically have two sides: the lower side where there is no leg, and the upper side where there is leg. Okay, so that's when you use one leg like that, and you have lower side and you have upper side. Usually, it's easier to roll on the lower side of the movement. If you roll on the upper side of the movement, you obviously have an obstacle, which is the leg, and that can create some height, and you just need to be more comfortable taking a little bit of a bigger ukemi, or you can just be guided to the lower side of the tomoe nage, okay, and then receive on that side just by stepping and taking a roll. So if you practice this technique, usually it's safer, to start by acknowledging upper side, lower side, and taking your rolls on the lower side of the movement. If you see my video with Mano Sensei doing this technique, which is in social media, that's basically what I do. He guides me kindly to the lower side of the movement. It's still a very good projection, obviously, because his foot is firmly planted on my thigh, but then I'm rolling on the lower side of the movement. Okay. So I think we'll have to stop it there now. Basically, for the Yoko Gake, which is the version of the Yoko Shirokemi, it's going to be a very similar exercise, but this time the foot is going to go sideways. Here, sideways. So you're going to go for the partner, you're going to trip their foot, okay? And once you trip, you lower, and then you go sideways, okay? So it's going to be a similar requirement on the posting leg, okay? On the posting leg, or in the Yokogake, the foot goes a little bit sideways. But there are very similar requirements in terms of what we already did with the Yoko Kemi, and in terms of the posting and half pistol squatting of the Tomoe nage. So you have some of that information on the academy email that came out, that went out this week. But anyway, so hopefully that's a little bit of an introduction to the Sutemi Waza exercises that we did. Again, before doing Sutemi Waza, it's very important to be very familiar and very comfortable with the configurations of your legs, which is where we started this training today, as well with the basic movements of your basic ukemi, Ushiro ukemi and Yoko Ushiro ukemi, and then strengthen your legs with some of those exercises for your pistol squats. Put it all together and have fun. Okay? Okay. Let's finish. Hey, はい。
どうもありがとうございました。
Arigato gozaimasu. Thank you. That sounded like an IKEA Sutemi Waza. Just put all of those things together and have fun. That's basically what IKEA makes you do, isn't it? Not